YouTube? It's your boy Seek No Seek, and I'm here with
Quaymax, aka Quay.
We got another death battle going on here, guys. It's SpongeBob and the big man, not Superman either. Aquaman. On land.
Yes, sir.
Who you say you got?
SpongeBob.
Me too. We both can't have SpongeBob. You got to pick Aquaman now.
Yeah, I'll take Aquaman.
You sure?
Yeah. Now, this is going to be in the sea now, so Aquaman, he might be the Superman of the sea.
Yeah, but then you can call Mermaid Man.
He old.
He ain't too old. He trust me. He can still throw that water Kamehameha ball.
Man, bro got the memory of a doorknob, bro.
Well, okay. Well, Barnacle Boy and the Dirty Bubble.
I'm supposed to be scared of a dirty, stinking bubble.
Yeah.
It could be me. It could be me.
So I guess we can go ahead and jump right on into it.
That's good.
SpongeBob SquarePants, Nickelodeon's #1
Yeah, I think
nautical
Aquaman
nincompoop.
Aquaman, the thalassic third wheel of the Super Friends. Thalassic means ocean. I looked it up.
What powers does
The
SpongeBob even
infinite ink
have?
black depths of the seven
Don't
seas
have-
are home
you
to
just
any
know how to
number of
make it
terrifying,
crab patty and
awe-inspiring creatures.
Yeah,
You're also home to these two losers. Though when it comes to cartoon characters, there's
Again,
always
we
more
produce.
hidden beneath the waves.
Those-
That's
again, we
right, we're
produce.
prioritizing the
it
cartoons
is
for
we
maximum Toon Force shenanigans. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's
word.
our
I
job to
forgot
analyze
the
their
word
weapons,
for it.
armor,
Yeah,
and skills
we-
to find
we
out
go-
who would
can
win
you butt like this,
death
buddy?
battle.
Buddy, yeah.
Can you? Can you?
The year was 1946. The former allies of World War II were engaged in a Cold War between capitalist West and communist East.
The United States changed history forever with the introduction of the atomic bomb, a weapon of unparalleled nuclear devastation.
Holy.
One of their most popular test spots, the site of 23 separate
Dang.
detonations over the course of 12 years for a total fission yield of 42.2 megatons, was Bikini Atoll in the middle of the Pacific Ocean.
The results were ecological devastation and perhaps something more. Deep beneath the atoll, the fauna began to change. They evolved, becoming sentient, forming language, technology, and society. This Bikini Bottom organized into a monarchy under the god King Neptune. It developed a free market economy and a thriving artistic culture.
Even the simplest underwater creatures became capable of complex thought, including the very first
Plankton.
multicellular organism to be categorized as part of the animal kingdom, the sea sponge.
And one sponge in particular, the greatest among them, lives in a
SpongeBob.
pineapple under the sea. Oh!
SpongeBob SquarePants.
No, I wanted to sing this
How do
song.
you get
I
a
don't
pineapple
know about
under the sea?
greatest. SpongeBob may headline one of the most popular children's
Man,
cartoons of all
36?
time, but he's a
I
total
know that is.
dork. He's a painfully
Really?
naive
Robert?
man-child whose only ambition
Robert
in life is to continue
SquarePants.
his minimum wage
Stop.
job as a fry cook at the Krusty Krab.
Really sounding like a Squidward there, Wiz. And
Bro,
no
oh.
one wants to be a Squidward. Sponge Robert might not have the flashiest life, but he's happy. And that's what matters, ain't it?
Not in Death
Yeah, I
Battle,
think
it
Aquaman
doesn't.
got this.
SpongeBob is routinely physically incapable of even the
Right.
most basic
Right.
tasks. Almost like anti-Toon Force. He's the biggest wimp in town, like the time he failed to lift a glass of lemonade, or the time a school bully gave him diarrhea, or the time he effortlessly rotated the entire planet. Huh.
Oh, we're in for some shit now, aren't we? Despite being a real sea creature, SpongeBob is more like a kitchen sponge. Absorbent and yellow and porous is he, after all. He can stretch and shapeshift his body any way he likes, duplicate himself through asexual reproduction,
That's what
and
it
absorb
says.
immense amounts of liquid. Wouldn't he always be full, though?
From an entire lagoon to, oh god, enough water to replace the moon?
Oh, and for some reason, he has an insane healing factor. He survived being torn in half, vaporized,
Okay, so he do
having
got-
his
he do got
soul
something.
removed from his body,
They
and
added
literally
imagination
being
to his
unraveled out of
body.
existence. Okay, I think we're good. We can just end the rundown here.
No, I need to see how deep this rabbit hole goes. Perhaps his most mind-bending ability is his control over bubbles. No, stay with me. This is unbelievable.
What?
Like a soapy Green Lantern ring, his bubbles can become anything he wishes, from guided cruise missiles to sentient life and entire bubble societies.
No, you're
That's
not
a pretty similar effect to his magic pencil, which can draw anything he wants into existence and erase it from reality just as easily. The pencil was so
Good
powerful, SpongeBob sent it back to the surface where it belonged. But in later seasons, he still just has it for some reason.
And finished. I call him Doodle Whiz. Whiz, he's just like you.
Man,
But I made
Doodle
him with a
Whiz.
pencil.
I'm calling the police.
Oh, dang.
Even the mundane becomes godlike in SpongeBob's yellow hands, like his reef blower, which hoovered up the entirety of Earth's oceans in seconds and then exploded on top of SpongeBob all at once.
It's estimated the entire mass of Earth's oceans is about 1.5 quintillion tons.
Dang.
Considering all the water refilled the planet in about 1 second, that'd be a kinetic energy of over 6,000 yotatons.
That's enough energy to nuke Jupiter 13 times over.
Overtime.
And SpongeBob was completely unharmed.
His hydrodynamic spatula isn't just an impromptu bladed weapon, it's also his primary instrument to create the greatest foodstuff Bikini
Only when
Bottom
I
has
see it
ever
kinda
seen. The
magic
Krabby Patty.
A burger so delicious, it's basically
power.
magic. Not only is it totally addictive, SpongeBob was romantically
Rest of it
attracted
just
to
seem
one. It can nullify mind
regular, don't
control,
really seem
heal
like-
wounds, and even detonate.
SpongeBob has survived nukes point blank, hugged his best friend Patrick so hard their DNA fused, can ride on the scene transitions, and once cried so hard he flooded Bikini Bottom, even though it's already underwater.
That's a lot of
He
crying.
once grabbed a hold of
That's
a
like crying to flood
string and
Bikini
unraveled
Bottom.
the
I'm telling you, how you
entire
do that.
universe. He literally undid the fabric of reality in seconds. What the f?
What was that you were saying about anti-Toon Force?
I'm sorry. I'm not sure I've ever misjudged a character as severely as SpongeBob SquarePants.
Robert
Nice character arc
Squarepants.
there, Wiz. Unfortunately for Roberto, the rest of the town only saw the goofy goober on the outside. It took
This
more
nigga
than one
really
adventure to
came
prove
through a
himself
metal
to be
wall.
a real hero.
Yeah, like
Think
it was
he ever
nothing.
banged that squirrel?
He's crushed Plankton's Plan Z, won the Battle of Bikini Bottom against an army of killer robots, and even teamed up with fellow Nickelodeon stars Timmy Turner, Jimmy Neutron, and Danny Phantom to save the Nicktoons multiverse.
His biggest weakness is that
Wanna
he's
see
a
it
giant,
again?
suicidally naive idiot.
And depending on the humidity of the atmosphere around him, being out of the water can dehydrate and permanently incapacitate him.
Oh, also seasonal rot. Those first 3 seasons are pure gold, but after that, oh boy. There's this one episode called Squid Baby where Squidward gets brain damaged into a giant baby and shits himself on screen.
Yeah, man.
What are you talking about?
Oh, right. Trials and tribulations and Hasselhoffs aside, it wasn't until SpongeBob accepted himself for
That
who he
SpongeBob was
and
fire.
was rewarded with the greatest boon of all, middle management.
So if nautical nonsense be something you wish, then pray to your yellow porous god for mercy, because his whimsical laughter is the last thing you'll ever hear.
Classic.
Chilling.
Aquaman, king of the seven seas.
And I don't think I've ever
Covered
seen
Arthur Curry
Aquaman.
on the show before, and he's actually secretly awesome.
That's
Or
right,
the,
Boomstick. But the version we're dealing with
cartoon.
today is from the bargain bin
cartoon,
cartoons
no.
from the
That-
60s and 70s.
Now, you might assume that means this Aquaman is a total loser, but really, have you watched all those cartoons?
Remember, this is from the era when Superman was sneezing solar systems apart. So
That's
get
crazy.
ready.
Art's origin is basically the same as the Silver Age comics. Tom Curry was a humble lighthouse keeper who decided one day to fuck a fish.
He did not do that. He procreated with Atlanta, an Atlantean from the underwater city of Poseidonus. And
Same
from
thing.
their union, Arthur Curry was born with magnificent aquatic abilities.
And he's the king of Atlantis, too.
Oh, wait, no. It says here that was introduced in the comics later. Here he's just some guy with magnificent aquatic abilities and a giant mutant seahorse that neighs just like a land horse.
This Aquaman comes from a time when everybody who's anybody had their own secret cave with assorted gadgets. He's got an underwater jet ski, a net, octopus ink, a water pistol, and a portable heat ray to blast right through solid ice. Not exactly
That's better than
mind-blowing,
anything
but
SpongeBob
you know, I'm
got,
sure
yeah.
we're ramping up.
We sure are. Aquaman's hybrid human Atlantean biology grants him superhuman strength and the ability to breathe underwater indefinitely and withstand the crushing depths of the ocean floor.
The pressure at the bottom
Yeah,
of
you
the
said that.
Mariana Trench is 16,000 pounds per square inch. That's like being stepped on by
Was it like that in the
100
movies?
elephants.
yeah,
Which is a lot,
basically.
I guess.
Aquaman is also an incredible swimmer, able to travel from Florida to Maine in under an an hour. That's almost twice the speed of sound. He can create water balls and whirlpools out of thin water, and fittingly, water-based attacks are completely ineffective against him. And of course, you can't forget his aquatic telepathy.
He can talk to fish, and he can even control
Only
people's
thing I can see
minds and give
SpongeBob
them
probably have a
seizures,
problem with.
right?
Well, Aquaman
Actually,
has
that second
SpongeBob.
part is also
It's,
just
SpongeBob
from
very
comics.
adorable.
Cartoon Aquaman can talk to fish, which is awesome. His telepathy
guess.
can reach several miles, summon hundreds of sea creatures at once, and works on anything from microscopic organisms to alien life, as long as it's aquatic alien life, of course.
But he can still mind control them, right?
Kind of. He can free them from mind control and even influence their emotional state to some degree, but besides that, there have been times when sea creatures have just ignored his commands outright.
Wiz, I'm gonna be straight with you. You haven't said anything remotely mind-blowing yet. Does this Aquaman actually suck?
Hold your seahorses. Aquaman's exploits were so world-renowned, he banded together with Earth's mightiest heroes to form a team capable of defending the planet, nay, the universe, from any threat. The Super Friends.
The Super Friends. They're like the dime store knockoff version of the Justice League.
What? No. You've got heavy hitters like Superman, Wonder Woman, and Batman,
Keep going.
Flash, Green Lantern,
Uh-huh.
Apache Chief, Samurai, Black Vulcan, the Wonder Twins, and the
Knockoff
Pet Monkey
Justice
Gleek.
League.
Wiz, stop. You're
That a
embarrassing
banana?
yourself.
No, wait, his best direct strength feat
One of
was
the
when
mustard
he
or the bun.
moved some trash. About 50 metric tons of it.
The jokes write themselves, huh? Fun fact, Aquaman once enrolled in an American college under the name Mr. Waterman. So we're working with a pretty hefty IQ here, huh?
Okay, so he's lame, inarguably completely lame. I was convinced I'd find some crazy, insane Popeye punching out the animator feat somewhere, but no, he sucks. He actually sucks. His best feat is literally garbage.
I'll take over from here, Wiz. Aquaman is a bit of a joke, sure, but he's not completely useless. He's dodged laser beams, defeated a living Titanic by luring it into an iceberg, seriously, and beaten this water elemental Undine, who looks like a gorilla for some reason, by summoning seagulls to pelt her with clamshells. He once even outswam this Kryptonian pterodactyl monster, Rokan, who flew from the edge of the galaxy to Earth in about 15 seconds.
Aquaman be solid.
Oh, okay,
in
now
water.
we're talking. That'd be over 55 billion times the speed of light.
it, though.
And Aquaman swimming clearly outmatched that.
So, yeah,
It doesn't
on
matter if
land
it
is-
looks lame.
is
You
limited.
get one, buddy.
And hey, he could probably kick your ass, person that's watching at home, so that's something.
Well, not if he's on dry land.
Thanks.
If he's out of the water for even 1 hour, he dies. Never mind, person watching at home, just hide for a bit,
Yeah.
grab some lunch, and then stomp on his corpse.
But is raw power really what makes someone a hero? Or is it the drive to help others, to be of service, to sacrifice? That's what a hero is to me, and I'd say Aquaman's got as much of that as there are drops of water in the ocean.
He's about to die.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know just
The combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibility. One possibility.
It's time for Aquaman's funeral!
They really don't like Aquaman.
Mermaid Man? Wait a second, you're not Mermaid Man.
The name's Aquaman, evildoer.
Evildoer? I'm a hero.
I saved this city. There's only one real hero here, fiend. And he's a super friend.
You see, sir, I'm a sea sponge, phylum porifera, and you can't just... How about a little karate, Waterman?
It's Aquaman!
Okay.
Of course. He's a sea creature. And as the king of the seas, he's mine to command.
Get that move off Battle Bikini Bottom.
I wasn't just reaching out to you, Sponge. Let him have it, chums!
Dang. I think it'll be good. Man, where's
Great Neptune!
Get a load of this, Seaman.
Damn it, it's up! Need water. Powers fading. Is there nothing I could do? My man. I see it now. A multiverse of Aquaman. And out of all of them, I'm the lamest fucking one! I'm a ripoff.
Man, stop it.
A joke. I'm no superhero.
People used to say the same kind of things about me. Goofball, wingnut, knucklehead McSpazatron. Every day, I get back up and say 2 words. I'm ready.
Spellbrother could have just
Best
won.
hero win.
There you go.
What?
Nigga reached his arm.
The other
The
side.
other side of the universe.
Oh, snap. Uh-oh. Got there fast.
Right.
Oh, dang.
Oh. Yeah, for real.
Don't cry, Sponge. Let's be
Ain't no way.
super.
You was right. Here lies Ocean, man. Even when he dead.
Oh, what is it with ridiculously OP nautical-themed cartoon characters on this show, Wiz?
This was an incredibly close fight. Gotcha! Obviously, Aquaman didn't have a snowball's chance in hell in defeating this little spongy bastich.
Where do we even start? With his bubbles and magic pencils, SpongeBob could basically do anything he wanted. There was no way Aquaman wouldn't get totally overwhelmed, especially with his much more limited arsenal. I can't think of a more lopsided matchup than someone whose main attack is throwing water against a sentient sea sponge.
Aquaman's only potential option was his telepathy, but as we've covered, it's far less powerful than his comic counterpart. There's no reason to believe SpongeBob wouldn't just ignore Arthur's commands.
Even if it was straight up mind control, SpongeBob's Krabby Patties straight up cancel mind control.
And really, nothing Aquaman had could overcome Bob's utterly broken regeneration.
The little yellow dude has survived being completely disintegrated into dust and even erased from reality. All Aquaman can do is punch kind of hard, and even that's basically useless against Bob's squishy body.
Maybe
Especially
Aquaman
SpongeBob.
could have found a way
Yeah.
to dehydrate SpongeBob enough to keep him permanently incapacitated, like when he and Patrick were trapped in Shell City.
But that would require the fight to take place out of the water, which messes Aquaman up way harder than it does SpongeBob. And it also require the fight doesn't instantly end up with SpongeBob karate chopping Aquaman at 10 shit zillion times the speed of light, splattering his atoms against Saturn. Cause yeah, remember when SpongeBob unraveled the universe? Considering the...
No, I'm sorry, I need to do this one. This is fucking insane. Compared to SpongeBob's size, the string's
whole
width is about
episode.
192
Whole world
micrometers.
gone.
We can use that to find the volume of, say, 1 meter of string, and compare that to the volume of the entire observable universe. Considering it took SpongeBob about 5 seconds, he would have had to be pulling at 8.2 times 10 to the 78th power times faster than light.
Dang.
That's as many times faster than light as there are atoms in the universe.
This
Man.
is the fastest calculable speed feat in our show's history. And it belongs to SpongeBob SquarePants.
Of all people.
But do you
Right.
think he could take on comic book Aquaman?
Have you been listening to anything I've been saying?
Good point. Because let's not forget,
Of course I didn't forget.
that string feat also destroyed the entire universe. And stuff like that is actually consistent.
SpongeBob is literally aware of the fourth wall and has rewritten the plot of his own story as he's living it. Screw the pencil or the bubbles. He can just will whatever he wants into existence from his imagination. He's a god, a yellow, spongy god of death.
And that's why he beats Goku.
At least Arthur finally
what?
got to be a real hero. And at the end of the day,
Crazy.
that's what matters.
Yeah, sure, whatever, pal. He's dead. Too bad for the King of the Seas. That sure was one sweet victory.
The winner is SpongeBob SquarePants, our
Holy.
god.
Ain't no way, man.
Nah, you was right. SpongeBob.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and that's only because the last two got me. I was pissed off by that. Could have sworn it was gonna be the Saiyans, and neither one of the Saiyans won. So I'm like, yeah, I know it's about to be SpongeBob then. It's about to be who you think is not gonna do it win. So yeah.
Aquaman really was garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really was garbage for real.
Yeah.
And I'm saying, like, yeah, Aquaman probably, you know what I'm saying, he got more feats.
Nah, it wasn't even nothing he could do to him. My man, SpongeBob is all the way a 100% sea creature. Aquaman only half.
Animation was cool, and I like how they had it kind of tuned to like SpongeBob humor, because it seemed like something that would be on like a SpongeBob episode.
Yeah.
I did like that.
Yeah, they did the right placement though. That was a death battle between SpongeBob and Aquaman. That was kind of one-sided all the way from the beginning.
Not even kinda.
Yeah. Everybody already, y'all should have known already who was gonna win. Gonna hit you back with another one of these probably soon, sooner than later. That being said, seek no seek.
Quay Max, aka Quay.
We out of here.